And it looks like we finally have some people on here. Cool. All right. What's up, guys? I'm going live for the first time in what seems like a very, very long time. So I'm just here to say what's up to all my subscribers. I haven't been on a long time, and so I figured why not just jump on and so you can hear my thoughts. I'm gonna open my window. It's hot as balls in this room. Whew. All right. So stay tuned because, guys, we have an unboxing to do on this channel. You can go to Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Tanner to save 10% at checkout. Once again, all right, see what you got. I bet you guys that is not Mr. Beast. Let's be real here. All right, Imposter. Do you have the demon from Bourne? I have no idea what that means. Planning on getting a belt soon. Which one would you suggest in terms of looks? This one right here. It's the main WWE Championship. Why not? Get the WWE title. Either that or the Universal. That would be great. I was at Monday Night Raw last night from Enter Peyton. That's pretty cool. I didn't watch Monday Night Raw last night. I only watched clips from it. Who are you unboxing? So I just got a package from Ringside Collectibles, and we got another Storm Collectibles Jushin. I believe this is Jushin Thunder Liger. I could be wrong. Is this Jushin Thunder Liger? I'm going to sound like an idiot. I believe this is supposed to be him. Am I wrong? Why would they not put his name on here? Interesting. Why did I think this was? Is it just in Japanese that I can't read it? I'm pretty sure this is him, though. I can't even read it. Mask away. But look how awesome this figure looks, everybody. Look how sick this is. You can pick this up at Ringside Collectibles using discount code Tanner to save 10% at checkout. This thing is freaking awesome. We're going to get it unboxed. It's not going to be the entire video, FYI. I'm just going to be answering your questions and unboxing this while I answer your questions. So I have not been live on my channel in quite some time. The channel hasn't been doing that great, to be honest. Just putting that out there publicly. Like, I put out a video, and it barely gets 100 views in an hour, which is totally garbage for what the channel usually does. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, or people just aren't tuning in as much anymore. But it is what it is. I could care less. This figure looks awesome. Let's get it out of the packaging. These Storm Collectibles figures always have the weirdest smells. This thing's heavy. Woo! That is potent. And then he comes with a bunch of hands. Right there. You should do WWE 2K gameplay. I've done a couple of those. Go check them out. Go look them up. Put some views on them. Anyways, we've seen all those hands before. Now we're taking a closer look at the figure. This thing is absolutely dope. If you saw all the other figures, that I did do some Jushin Thunder Liger figures from Storm Collectibles, but we got this one right here, which is so freaking dope. Taking a look right there. Look how awesome this dude is. Look how dope that is. See the face sculpt and the mask and the arms. Absolutely awesome. Gold boots. Yeah, you know, the algorithm, I've heard a couple people saying that YouTube, what they did was they took all the subscribers, and what they did is they made them to where, like, they're not getting notified or anything like that. Hey, thank you very much, Zar Sahal Ahmad. You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much. That helps definitely for the channel, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Once again, shout out to Sahal Ahmad. I hope I said that right. Probably not, but I try my best. There is the figure, looking so freaking dope. Where am I from? I am from California. I live in California. But look how dope this is. Absolutely dope. All the great articulation. This is pretty much just like all the other figures that we've seen from Storm Collectibles. I think this is a new rubber sculpt, though, or a new rubber mold. It looks like it is. Very dope. I've already watched your other 2K gameplay, and you should do more. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for putting in your input. I definitely recommend picking this figure up from Ringside Collectibles. Absolutely dope. Has all these great gold features. The mask looks so cool. Hair coming out. We got the blue. And you can pick this up at Ringside Collectibles. Once again, putting that in there. So, there we go. Let's go Chargers. Oh, yeah, because I got the helmet right here. Yep. more of a San Diego Chargers fan than I am LA Chargers, which may sound ridiculous, but it is what it is. But I'm just putting this out there, guys, because I enjoy putting out videos and everything like that, and yes, life gets in the way sometimes, but it does get a little difficult. When you put time and effort into a video, you put it out and only gets 100 views, or it barely hits 1,000 views, which is not like my channel, really. I don't really know. I mean, typically channels run their course and then they kind of slow down. You got to try something new. But it's not like I can buy a bunch of belts. I've already got like 42 belts in my collection, so it would be stupid for me to buy more than that. I don't have room, as you guys can see from the background. I mean, I have almost every single championship around here, so. But looking around, look how dope that is. These are my belts. I miss old Jack Murphy Stadium with the baseball infield. Wasn't that turned into Qualcomm Stadium, I do believe, right? Jack Murphy Stadium, if I stand correct. What are your thoughts on AEW with the big signings like CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, and Lio Rush? I could care less about Lio Rush. I think he's entertaining, but I don't see anything spectacular about Lio Rush. As for AEW, I have mixed feelings about it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Adam Cole shining in AEW, right? I think it's great. I don't think anything interesting's happened with him yet. I think it would have been smart to have him come in and start an immediate feud with Kenny Omega, or they should do something like that down the line. As for Bryan Danielson, I would love to see him as the champion, but then it's kind of like hypocritical. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I would love to see Bryan Danielson as the AEW World Champion, he's my favorite wrestler of all time. As much as I'd love to see him as champion, it would be hypocritical for them to do that, because why do you have AEW and your entire thing is that you're starting fresh new stars, and you're not doing what WWE did with bringing in legends and putting legends over the new face talent. And don't get me wrong, I love CM Punk. I love Daniel Bryan. I think they're great. I want to see them shine in AEW. I want to see them be champions in AEW. I want them to squash the younger talent. But if you look at it from a different perspective, it's very hypocritical of AEW for them writing the wrestlers the way they are. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay for Kenny Omega to be heavyweight champion because he wasn't in WWE, but you can't call out a company and then do the same exact thing and expect people not to see that you're doing the same thing. Because it's the same thing. You can't bring CM Punk back, squash Darby Allin, and be like, oh, it's different. It's different than Goldberg beating The Fiend. Completely different. It's CM Punk, right? No. No excuses. I would love to see CM Punk go back to WWE and beat people, but you know, the fact of the matter is that AEW is hypocritical with their wording. Doesn't mean I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I enjoy the Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega stuff. I enjoy CM Punk coming back. But it is what it is. We're just going to have to wait and watch. It's ridiculous. It really is. Jack Murphy was San Diego when I was growing up before all the naming rights began. No way. That is pretty cool. Thoughts on Drew drafted to SmackDown? I think it's a good idea as long as they do it properly. Do I like Edge? I love Edge. If you all did not know, I went to Summerslam, did not film a vlog. I was with my girlfriend at Summerslam. It was her first ever WWE event. I didn't want to hog her with the camera, and it was crowded. It was insane. The Raiders, the Sunset, or what's it called? I'm drawing a blank. The name of the stadium, Allegiant Stadium. Allegiant Stadium is massive. I didn't know what their camera rules were like inside of there. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I was allowed to. I just didn't film anything, but I did pick some things up I've been meaning to show off. They were giving these awesome free WWE sweat towels when I was at SummerSlam right here. This was one of the ones they were giving out to everybody outside because it was hot as balls outside. It was redonkulous. I'm saying redonkulous. What's up with redonkulous? Stupid. Anyways, and then my girlfriend bought me this, which was pretty awesome. We got this poker chip, and it's in this plastic casing. And it's a WWE SummerSlam poker chip. It says SummerSlam right there with the date. It's a metal poker chip. I think this thing is dope. So we got those. And then I also got a Roman Reigns Acknowledge Me shirt from SummerSlam. So those are my pickups from SummerSlam. I didn't do any of the belts. They did have the little lineup of all the championship belts. I wish I could have filmed it. It was such a hustle to get inside that stadium. It would not have been worth to film everything. Especially because I had higher up seats because the tickets were so pricey for the event. But it was great. I loved it, and it was definitely my favorite event I've ever been to in person. So yeah. But yes, that is what happened. What's your opinion on John Cena Roman Reigns Universal Championship match? I thought it was great. I thought it was stupid how John Cena kept hitting AAs in the match, and everybody in the crowd, live in person, was like, "Oh my God! Like Roman Reigns kicked out. How did he kick out?" I'm like, I've seen this match in person before. I've seen that at No Mercy. I know exactly how this goes. Cena hits 2 AAs. He hits another one off the 3rd rope, and Roman kicks out. It's exactly what they did in their No Mercy match. So I wasn't popping. I was just like, oh. But when Brock Lesnar's music hit, oh my God, I jumped out of my seat and flew to the moon. It was insane. How many belts do I have? I have 42 championship belts. For some of the super fans that may be wrong, you probably have more of an accurate number than I do. I lost count. I have like 10, maybe 20 in my room, and then I have 20, almost 30 in this room. So, yes. Best Elite 2021 so far. Best Elite, oh God, that is a hard one. I really like that Damian Priest a lot. I did not rank him in that last video, which, by the way, guys, I'm going to plug it in this video right now. If you have not already, make sure to go check out that brand new Elite Series 89 unboxing and review. So, go check that out. Have you pre-ordered the official AEW World Title Replica yet? No, I have not, because why would I when I already have one right here? Boom, AEW World Championship. Y'all have already seen this one before, though, so that's all good. What do you think about Ruby Soho signing with AEW? It's alright. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Ruby Riott, so... I think it's so funny, too, how we have to transition from name to name with each individual wrestler. So everybody's still calling Bryan Danielson Daniel Bryan, because, like, in videos, not, like, on TV. And then Jon Moxley, we had to get it adjusted to Ruby Soho. Adam Cole luckily stayed the same. I don't know why he would change it, but... And that brings me to this question. Finn Balor. Finn Balor wasn't Finn Balor before WWE. They gave him the name Finn Balor. He was Prince Devitt, I do believe. So, if he ever left, would he stick with the name Finn Balor? Do you think Roman Reigns is going to be beat Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel? Probably, I would assume so. I'm not really sure. I just don't see Roman Reigns' reign ending yet. But then again, there's nobody else to beat him left. They put Reigns through everybody, so... I'm not really sure what they're going to do with Reigns. I see him beating Lesnar's reign, though. Top picks, John Cena. That was a pretty good Cena. Leave your questions, guys. Leave them in the comments. I know there's plenty of you. And what are your thoughts on Sami's new TNT belt design with the blings? At first, I was a little disappointed that he didn't have anything more unique to him, because I know he has like that cheetah print, and he also has like the tiger stripe. So I was kind of like thinking that they would add something onto the belt. But at the same time, it's nice to go back to the original TNT Championship design. And a little bit of like a detail change, which is the sparkles or the jewels. I think that's great. I got the AEW belt, Chris Hall. Sick. I need to check that out. I need to check that, or I need to check a video out of it. I love your vids, man. I've been watching since the Spinner Championship. Patriots_Nation 15. Wow, that is a super fan. You've been watching me for a long time, since I was a little kid. Why is WWE releasing Bray Wyatt? I asked the same question. Would you like to see Damian Priest win the WWE Championship? Yes, with his current title run, I would love to see it. One thing I'm very intrigued about is what they're going to do at Crown Jewel, because they have Drew McIntyre, who was just drafted to SmackDown, and he doesn't go to Raw, or he doesn't go to SmackDown for 3 weeks. So he's challenging Big E for the WWE title. And it could go one of two ways. One, it's a little bit too predictable that he's going to lose the WWE, or he's going to lose the match at Crown Jewel. Or two, he's going to win it and he's going to go to SmackDown, and then Lesnar gets drafted to Raw, or goes to Raw with the Universal. I'm not really sure what they're going to do right there. I think it's interesting, but I also think it's predictable. Would you like to see Finn Balor win the Royal Rumble? Of course. Who do you think will end up ending Roman Reigns' Universal Championship reign? You know, I thought it should have been Edge. I thought it should have been Seth Rollins. I thought it should have been Daniel Bryan. I thought it should have been... Cesaro would have been cool to see, but I don't think he was the right man to do it. Drew McIntyre. I really think Drew McIntyre is the dude to do it. If they don't do it, and Reigns beats Lesnar and then beats McIntyre, I don't really know who's gonna beat. I don't really know who's gonna beat him at that point. Thoughts on Big E as WWE champion? I think it's interesting, but I don't think it should last that long. I don't think it should be a long title reign. To be honest, I just don't see Big E in that role long term. Like, he got the moment, he should get a few defenses in, and then he should lose it. Because I'm not really the biggest fan. I mean, I wanted it to happen, but now that it's here, I'm like, I'm on, you're an OG on your channel. I remember when you had 20 subscribers. Keep up the good work, bro. Demon Joker. What's up, man? That's awesome. You've been around since 20 subscribers. That is huge. All right. Thoughts on Goldberg coming back? Could care less. I've seen it for like the longest time, like 11 years that I've been watching wrestling. Would you like to see Ricochet beat Roman Reigns? That would be no, definitely not. Do you have the Undisputed title? I do have the Undisputed title. It is on that section of my wall over there that you guys never see on camera. Let's see what time it is. 4:03. If you were in charge of Mattel, would you create a Chris Benoit figure? Of course I would. I think Chris Benoit is one of the best wrestlers of all time. If you don't think about the stuff he did on the side, like Chris Benoit, when you watch him, you have to try to separate his personal life from the wrestler, because the wrestler was not the person that did that stuff. The wrestler was the character on TV that we watched, and I think Chris Benoit was a fantastic wrestler. And if he was still alive today, man, he would have been in the Hall of Fame. He would have been a legend. We would have seen so many more great matches. Probably wouldn't have lasted that long just because of his head injuries, but if they ever got some way of making Chris Benoit figure, which they won't, I would probably purchase it, because Chris Benoit was an excellent wrestler, besides everything else he did on the side. Have you acknowledged Roman? Of course I've acknowledged Roman. He's my tribal chief. I have his side plates on my belt. I haven't taken these side plates off this Universal Championship since he's won the championship. So, yeah. By the way, what are your thoughts on Owen Hart thing with AEW? I think it's cool. It's cool. I'm not throwing shade at it. I think it's a little confusing. Like, he's never wrestled on AEW. So, why are we getting figure... I mean, the figure part is cool, but I don't know. Do you want Drew to win back the WWE Championship? Of course I do. Hope you should get the Ruthless Aggression Tag titles. Do Jeff Hardy talking about SmackDown getting a different side of himself? Yeah, I heard maybe Willow. He may be turning into a Willow, but it all doesn't matter unless he's involved in a championship, in my opinion. When I watch wrestling, I want to watch for championships, and unless it's something like a dream match, like Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles for no championship, fine. But if it's Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus for no championship, boring. Put Jeff Hardy against Roman Reigns, or put Jeff Hardy against Shinsuke Nakamura. Which Shinsuke being Intercontinental Champion right now is totally odd, and just I would rather Apollo Crews be the current champ. WWE giving Keith Bearcat Lee Bearcat. It's not ridiculous, and here's why it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous because people in the 90s, the 80s and the 90s had names like that. People had cool names like that. Like, think about it, Hulk Hogan. Could you imagine some dude coming out nowadays and being named Hulk Hogan? Hulk. People would probably relate him to Hulk, you know, before they would relate him to, oh, that's just his name. But Keith Bearcat Lee, I think it's interesting, and I'm not against it. It's probably something that's going to get him a push, I guess you could say. Anything else interesting you guys have to say? Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch. Thoughts on Trevor Murdoch winning the NWA World Championship? It's alright. Thoughts on Hit Row being drafted? I think it's cool, but something confusing me. Why is the NXT North American Championship on SmackDown? Is the North American title a SmackDown belt now? Like, he can't defend it on NXT unless he loses the NXT Championship, or the NXT North American title to Santos Escobar on NXT today. So, what's your opinion on Matt Hardy? Matt Hardy? Oh, the Hardy family office. That's alright. I don't watch all of AEW. I watch the vlogs mostly, Sammy Guevara and Being the Elite. I keep up to date with that, and then I watch YouTube. I don't really have time to watch the actual live show, so I watch it on YouTube. Evan Bourne versus Ricochet, that would be dope. Kyle O'Reilly should be NXT champion. You met Sammy Guevara, awesome. I used to hate Sammy Guevara, but after watching his videos and his vlogs and stuff, I'm actually a big fan of his now. Roman has reached 400 days. Alrighty guys, I'm going to cut this video short. We've been on for 21 minutes. Once again, we got the poker chip. Why couldn't I think of it? We got the poker chip right here. We got the WWE towel, and we got this badass. Look at this. Look how dope this figure is. Oh, that's so sick. Definitely recommend picking this figure up at Ringside Collectibles using discount code Tanner to save 10% at checkout. Absolutely awesome. I definitely recommend it. If you're a huge fan of the Japanese wrestling, this is definitely a figure you need to get. But that is it for this video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. WWE Fan Talk Show.